All right, so this is the next day. Looks a little different. Where are we at? So, still trying to get this off. Applying heat to it. I'm just trying to warm it up a bit before I take my acetylene torch and put some more heat into it. Because that does not want to come off the shaft. So I've been, I pound on it with using this bolt right up next to the axle. Pound it a few times, spin it, pound, spin, pound, and it just doesn't want to come off. So I'm trying some heat. So like I said, get a little bit of heat in there with the propane torch, and then hit it with my acetylene torch, and then do some more pounding just to get this off, turned around, back on. Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah. Yeah, it's not hot anymore. So now I'm going to clean this up, clean it out, and put it back on the right way. Boop. Holy crap. I can't tell you how many times I had to whack the inside of this. It's cooled off to the touch now. It's just barely warm. And I had that thing not red hot, but very hot from my acetylene setup. So, yeah, I'm glad I have that. Holy crap. All right, now I can... One assembled, preloaded Comet 20 clutch. So it's a Comet 20 because that's like a 26-degree angle there between the discs, 13 for each disc. And it's a blue spring inside, which means that the jack shaft is on this side. That's what blue means. Basically, and if it were a red spring, it'd go like that. So basically, it's the blue spring is wound the opposite direction of a red spring. So if the guy had a red spring in here, the way they had the clutch on would have been correct. Because the Comet 20 series torque converter, the clutch disc can go either direction, just depends on what spring you have. And so, yeah, like that. So now I have to wrestle to get this keyed bitch of a thing on the shaft and assemble everything else because I've got this almost as far apart as it can go. Yeah. I've got a deal breaker here. Let's see if I can explain it. So I've got my jack shaft retracted all the way into the housing, bearing housing, or whatever you want to call that thing. So here is my thing, and this is as far that way as it can go, right? So everything left as it is, deal breaker. The geometry of this to that, with this thing in between, no worky. So I either cut out that, I'm not too thrilled with that, or I cut this thing off. Yeah, and that looks like it's probably, I got the bearing in there, and then somebody's trying to make me quit. I don't know who. Somebody. Entropy. This is the violence inherent in the system. The clutch is on. It's mounted. A clearance cut has been cut in the mounting plate. This bit should clear the belt. I may have to cut that off, but I don't have much to go before I hit this cross member, so if I don't clear that cross member, then maybe I'll quit. So anyway, the preload, let me see if I can do this. Hold the camera with my knees. The preload is fighting the pulley going that way. This is properly oriented, mounted, good to go. So from the tires, from the ground through the tires, the jack shaft to this, we're good. We're perfect. Now just got to re-drill some mounting holes and get the engine on and, make everything sure. This is the last video. Where are we? Brake is run and working. This is run and working. I have to work on mounting this a little more firmly. I moved it over, so I have to drill a couple more holes, but it's sort of held in place by 2 bolts. But let's look to see what we've got here. So on, a little bit of choke. So that's looking good. Got a little bit of gas. A little bit of brake. Yep. So it's all clunky because it's rattling around. Like I said, I've got 2 bolts loosely holding the engine in place. That was mostly so I could check the alignment. So that's good. That's good. It's on the right way. The brake is on and working. Just need to work on the mounting. And my kill switch now doesn't work, but I've done enough for today. So anyway, tomorrow evening I leave to go to Lake Compounce and hang out all night waiting in line with Anthony. And then this will go in his booth for sale. So I have a number of hours to work on it tomorrow to get it set. Holy crap. Yeah. It's all right. It's all good.